Good morning, students. This is Arvind Dobriyal, and you all are welcome to the e-learning portal of Cambridge International School, Daswa. So, students, as you know that we are reading the supplementary reader, that is Footprints Without Feet. So, the chapter that is in progress is Bholi, written by K.A. Abbas. Today we will read the remaining part of the chapter. So before reading further, let's have a quick recap of the story what we have read so far. The story is all about a simple village girl named Bholi. Her real name was Sulekha, but fate deceived her, and when she was only 10 months old, she fell off the cot. As a result, some part of her brain got damaged. Later on, when she was only 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox that left her with blank spot all over the body. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. Therefore, she talked very little. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and Bholi was the youngest of all. All other children were healthy and strong except Bholi. Bholi was 7 years old when a primary school was opened in their village. The Tehsildar came to perform the opening ceremony of the school. He told Ramlal that as a revenue official and as a representative of the government in the village, he should send his daughters to the school and set an example before the villagers. When Ramlal consulted his wife about the issue, his wife did not agree with him. Yet she decided to send Bholi to the school. The next day, Bholi was given a bath and a new dress to wear. When her father left her to the school, she sat in a corner in the class. When teacher asked her name, she stammered and the other children started laughing. At this, Bholi started crying. But the teacher's voice was very soft. It encouraged her a lot, and finally she could tell her full name. Then the teacher told her if she would come daily to the school, she would speak clearly, and one day she would become the most educated girl in the village. Now let's read further. Part 3rd, paragraph 1st and 2nd. So the author says that years passed and the village grew into a small town. Her primary school was now a high school. There was a cinema under a tin shed, and a cotton ginning mill was also opened in her town. Even the mail train started to halt at the village railway station. One night Ramlal was discussing with his wife that he had got a marriage offer for Bholi. He asked his wife whether to accept Bishambar's proposal or not. To this, his wife replied that they should definitely accept the proposal because it is suitable for Bholi. She supported her view by saying that Bishambar had a big shop, his own house and cash deposit in the bank. Moreover, he was not asking for dowry. Ramlal was a bit unsure because Bishambar was of his own age and was handicapped too. He also had grown-up children from his first wife. Now paragraph 3rd and 4th. So the author further says here that Ramlal's wife said that there was no harm in it if there was a big gap between Bholi and the groom. She said that they could not find other match for Bholi. She also said that as he was from another village, he may not know about Bholi's mental condition and her ugly face. Ramlal said that he was worried how Bholi would react to it. But his wife replied that Bholi was like a dumb cow and would not say anything. Bholi was lying in her bed nearby and was listening to her parents' conversation. The bridegroom Bishambarnath was a rich man. He had a grocery shop where he used to sell food items and household goods. He had a good business. On his wedding day, he came with his friends and family. They were accompanied by a brass band which was playing tunes from popular Hindi movie songs. The bridegroom was riding a decorated horse. Ramlal was very happy to see all this. He had never dreamed of such a grand wedding for his fourth daughter. Bholi's elder sisters felt jealous of her good luck. Now, paragraph 5th and 6th. So, the author says that on the wedding day, Bholi was brought for the wedding rituals. She was dressed in a red silk sari. When she reached, one of Bishambar's friends asked him to garland the bride. As he was about to put the garland around her neck, a woman removed the veil that covered her face. He saw the blemishes on her face and at once objected to the marks on the bride's face. His friend answered that he should ignore this because he himself was not young to marry a young girl like Bholi. Bishambar told Ramlal that he wanted 5,000 rupees in return for marrying an ugly woman like Bholi. On hearing the bridegroom's demand, Ramlal got so upset and went to him and kept his turban at his feet. He requested him to be considerate and accept 2,000 rupees instead of 5,000 rupees as dowry. Bishambar was firm and said that he could keep his daughter at home. Ramlal requested him not to do all this because it would ruin his pride in front of the whole village. But Bishambar was adamant on his demand of 5,000 rupees. Ramlal went inside and brought 5,000 rupees from the safe, counted the money and handed over to Bishambar. Now paragraph 7th and 8th. So the author further says that after getting 5,000 rupees, now the bridegroom was happy because he had won the bet. He asked for the garland and now he was ready for the marriage. Bholi removed the cover off her face and stared at Bishambar. Her eyes were full of disrespect for him. There was no anger or hatred in her eyes. As Bishambar was about to garland her, she struck her hand at the garland as quick as a stream of lightning. The garland flew and fell into the sacred fire. She threw away her veils too. Then Bholi addressed her father by saying, Pitaji. Her voice was clear and she spoke without stammering. Her family was shocked to see this. She continued and said that her father should take his money back because she would not marry this old man. Ramlal, her father, was shocked to see this. Even the relatives started whispering that the girl was very shameless because she was refusing to the marriage. Now the author says that Ramlal grew angry and shouted at Bholi that she had gone mad because such an act of her could bring disrespect for her family. Bholi replied that it was for the sake of her family's honor that she had consented to marry the lame old man. But she was now not ready to marry a greedy coward. An old woman commented that Bholi was a shameless girl. They all thought that she was a dull and innocent girl. Bholi looked at her with extreme anger and said that everyone thought that she was a fool and that's why they wanted to marry her off to an unkind man. They called her shameless because she could take a stand for herself. Bishambarnath and his family started to return. The bandsmen were not sure of what was happening there. They thought that the marriage ceremony was over and so started playing the music related to the ending of a wedding ceremony. Ramlal was in deep sorrow. He was feeling ashamed. The flames of the sacred fire died after some time and the guests too went away. He then asked Bholi that what would be her future and who will marry her now. Bholi replied that she would take care of both of them and would teach in the same school that had made her so confident. She sought approval from her teacher who was quietly watching all the drama. She approved Bholi's statement. She was deeply satisfied with Bholi's response to the whole situation. It was similar to the way an artist feels when he sees his masterpiece once it is complete. Now, dear students, I am going to conclude what we have read today. Today we have read that after so many years, the village became a small town. The primary school turned into high school. Other improvements have also taken place. Then came a marriage proposal for Bholi. It was from a lame old man whose children were also grown up. Ramlal and his wife agreed. Bholi's sister were jealous to see the pomp and splendor at Bholi's wedding. When the groom was about to garland the bride, a woman slipped the veil from Bholi's face. Bisambar refused to marry an ugly girl like Bholi without a dowry. Somehow Ramlal managed the amount. However, Bholi refused to marry such a greedy person. People were startled to see her speaking without stammering. The groom returned back. Then Bholi told her father that she would serve him and mother in their old age. Furthermore, she would teach in the same school from where she learnt so many good things. Now, on the basis of you understanding the chapter, there are some questions for you. Try to write the answers by yourself. So, dear students, we have completed the chapter in two parts. I hope you have understood it. The message that we got from the chapter is that we should not discriminate our disabled children. They should also be given love, encouragement, and education like their normal counterparts. So, till the next class we meet, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you.